Hello, my friends. Tips on violin playing for Nadia and for all. Hello, Nadia. So I would continue today with the topic that I mentioned yesterday on my previous topic. It's about the movement and the pleasure in movement, and also avoiding pain when we play. This is something that it's really kind of a secret. Nobody talks about it because if someone is in pain by playing, then it just kind of he seeks help, and usually he seeks help in let's say professional. Into he goes to doctors. He goes to some massage. He's doing some massage. People are doing so all kinds of stuff. Of course, it sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But I think that most of the time the main problem is about the technique. There's something wrong with the position of hands, or with the thinking about the violin, or something maybe affects you with the psychology or even spiritual stuff. Something that kind of there's some blocks, and then those blocks also can manifest in your body. Or you actually maybe your teachers also had some problems, and then you kind of copy them, because this is something that is really also important to understand, that we are learning most of the time by copying others, by imitating others. So you can go to any class in the world, and you see that people are playing from a certain teachers for a certain way. They hold the bow a certain way, they make the sound a certain way. Yeah, and also they have certain problems that develop because of certain movements that they do. So imagine that you're doing like hundreds of thousands of movements, or hundreds of thousands of different. So you need to be aware of this, how you should move your body, and to correct that. So then and also have some kind of a image, what is exactly you want to accomplish, or what is the kind of like a perfect position of the hands, or the perfect so that you aim for that. I mean, we are not perfect, but it's like a second best. That's what Aristotle was saying, like, don't aim for perfection, but aim for second best. So and there's, I mean, a violin, that's is called, why it's called the most difficult instrument, because it's simply, it's difficult to make it everything works. And Itzhak Perlman was joking that it's the violin is so difficult to make a sound that when you're 95, you're starting to play and it's already, oh God, I've fixed all those problems. So again, I'm coming back to Kreutzer etudes, and really Kreutzer etude can teach you a lot how to play correctly. And of course, you need to see how you move your body. And also, I learned also from Marc Durand in Université de Montréal, piano, great teacher, piano. He was saying something that it's around 25 years of age, 25 years old, people are starting to actually perceive the movements very kind of consciously. Like, to that age, you can just move around and play, and then no worries. But after that certain limit, you're starting to question every movement, and many people just simply stop playing because they cannot really overcome that. So it's actually better to start to question some movements, and question if it's comfortable or not, or it's the right movement or not, way before you're 25. Because when you're 25 and you start questioning your position of the hand in this and that, the position of the violin and how it works, and this, it might be too late. It might be too late to actually see things clearly and to help yourself, because I think this is an aim of all of us, to be self-taught. I mean, you have to, of course, absorb all the knowledge possible, all the influences, but the bottom line is that you have to learn how to play violin by yourself in a way. You need help, but it's your responsibility how you play. And if it's comfortable, if the movements are comfortable, and you enjoy playing, that's wonderful. That's really great. So I'm coming back to the second etude of the Kreutzer, and I tell you, one of the most important things also to understand on a violin is that we are one organism. So very often people talk about left hand, right hand, and then elbow, and this and that. But this is all connected. I mean, our brain actually, it's the the computer actually who is in charge of all of this action. But at the same time, we are connected. So sometimes one problem in one hand affects the problem in the other hand. And Yankelevich was saying very often that, for example, if you have your this kind of movement that I have also sometimes when I'm stressed out, going up with your shoulder, and then you play, then affects you also your sound, your left hand, and this and that. So it's really really important to understand that we are connected. And sometimes when people have pain, usually they have in the wrist or the elbow, or in a certain fingers or the thumb, or here, or the shoulder or the neck, or somewhere else. It is connected. So you need to find out the right way. So one of the positions that I like to talk about just briefly today, and I will spend a whole video or maybe few of this. It's called by Ivan Galamian, the triangle position. So Nadia, I explained to you many times this, and it's some kind of it's really difficult to understand exactly how the triangle position works. But James Innes has a really great position of the triangle, or Gil Shaham. I talked to Gil Shaham about this, and he was like, "Okay, I was doing what was Dorothy Delay told me," and Dorothy Delay learned it from Galamian. And anyway, this position of the bow, and so very often people play like this. So this is not very comfortable, but this position of the hand is so important of the triangle position. So when you play, so always I want to stress out again, it's a singing sound. You need to have a singing beautiful sound, and all the movements should go to that, to produce a beautiful sound. Not like you make beautiful movement and then at the end maybe you're gonna get a sound or not. No, if you're getting a beautiful round singing sound from your violin, that's great. You're doing great. If the sound is not so enjoyable, well, find out it's not working. So I'm finishing now. Goodbye. Take care and be well and safe wherever you are. Bye bye. Take care.